Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before. But I want to talk about why is it important. I got 3 reasons, and then you can pick up your iPhones. I promise. First, you will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. And there is no doubt about it. That's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony. But hey, I'm telling you, embrace it. Because it's inevitable. And I should know, in the acting business, you fail all the time. Early in my career, I auditioned for a part in Broadway musical. A perfect role, I thought. Except for one fact. I can't sing. So I'm in the wings. I'm about to go on stage, but the guy in front of me is singing like Pravati. And I'm just shrinking, smaller and smaller. So I come out with my little sheet music, and it was Just My Imagination by the Temptations. That's what I came up with. So I had the aide, and she looks at me and looks at the director. So I start to sing, and they're not saying anything. I'm thinking, I must be getting better, so I start off getting into it. But after the first verse, the director cut me off and said, "Thank you. Thank you very much. You'll be hearing from me later." The next part of the audition is the acting part. I figure I can't sing, but I know I can act. But the guy I was paired with to do the scene could be more over dramatic and over the top. Suffice to say, I didn't get the part. But here's the thing, I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next one. I prayed, but I continued to fail, and I failed, and I failed. But it didn't matter, because you know what? You hang around the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. You will catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway, and I won a Tony Award. And I didn't even have to sing for it, by the way. And here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater, the same theater where I failed the audition 30 years ago. The point is, every graduate here today has training and talent to succeed. Let me say that again. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Here's my second point about failure. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Les Brown, a motivational speaker, made an analogy about this. Imagine you're on your deathbed. And standing around you and in your bed are ghosts representing your unfilled potential. The ghosts are the ideas you never acted on. The ghosts are the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, upset. We came to you because you could have brought us to life, they said. And now we go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts is going to be on your bedside when the time comes? You invested a lot in your education, and people invested in you. And let me tell you, the world needs your talent. Man, does it ever. I just go back 4 months I just got back from 4 months in South Africa. Beautiful country. But there are places with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama and Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you young people. So get out there. Give it everything you got. Whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasure. Because remember this, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You can't take it with you. The ancient Egyptians tried, and they all were robbed. So what are you going to do with what you got here? And I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you business majors, some of you theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some have kindness, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, what are you going to do with what you have? Now here's the last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham as a pre-med student. That lasted until I took a course called Cardiac Morphogenesis. I couldn't pronounce it, nor could I pass it. Then I decided to go pre-law, then journalism. With no academic focus, my grades took off on their own direction. Damn. My GPA was a 1.8 one semester. And the university very politely suggested that it might be better off if I took time off. I was 20 years old at my lowest point. And then one day, I remember the exact date, March 27th, 1975. I was helping out at the beauty shop my mother owned in Mount Vernon. And an older woman who belonged to my mother's church, one of the elders of the town, was in there getting her hair done and kept giving me these strange looks. She finally took the dryer off her head and said something that I'll never forget. Young boy, she said, I have a spiritual prophecy. You're going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Like a wise ass, I'm thinking to myself, does she got anything in that crystal ball about getting me back next semester fall? But maybe she was on to something, because later that summer, while I was working as a counselor at YMCA camp in Connecticut, we put on a talent show for the campers. After the show, another counselor came up to me and asked, have you ever thought about acting? You should. You're good at it. When I got back to Fordham that fall, I changed my major once again for the last time. And in the years that followed, just as the woman getting her hair done predicted, I have traveled the world. I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who, up till today, I couldn't see that I was talking to them. But I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see. I'm strengthened by what I see. I love what I see. Let me conclude with my one final point. Many years ago, I did this movie called Philadelphia. We actually filmed it, some scenes right here on the campus. Philadelphia came out in 1993, when most of you probably still pulling your diapers. Some of your professors too. But it's a good movie. Rented on Netflix, I get 23 cents every time you rent it. It's about a man played by Tom Hanks, who got fired from his law firm because he had AIDS. He wants to sue the firm, but no one's willing to represent him until a homophobic ambulance chasing lawyer, played by yours truly, takes on the case. In a way, if you watch the movie, you'll see everything that I'm talking about today. You see what I mean about taking risks and willing to fail. Because taking risks is not just going for a job. It's also knowing what you know, what you don't know, and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and ideas. Over the course of the film, the character I play begins to take risks. He slowly overcomes his fears, and ultimately his heart becomes flooded with love. And I can't think of a better message as we send you off today. To not only take risks, but to open to life. To accept new views and open to new opinions. To be willing to speak at a commencement at one of your country's best universities, even though you're scared, stiff. While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding. Because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith you have, that's what's going to get you and define your life. So, members of Class of 2011, this is your mission. When you leave the friendly confines of West Philly, never be discouraged, never hold back. Give it everything you have. And when you fall throughout life, and maybe even tonight after too many glasses of champagne, fall forward. Congratulations. I love you. God bless you. I respect you.